Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss previous year questions from the chapter probability. In this video I have covered all types of questions that are asked from this chapter. So let us start. See the first question. It is given that cards are marked with number 3, 4, 5 to 50 and are placed in a box and mixed thoroughly. A card is drawn at random from the box. We have to find the probability that the selected card is a perfect square. Okay, so there are cards marked 3, 4, 5 to 50 and they are kept in a box, and on picking a card at random we have to find the probability that the number on the card would be a perfect square. So first of all we will write the favorable cases. So what are the favorable cases? How many perfect squares are there between these numbers? It is 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49. So there are total 6 favorable outcomes. So number of favorable outcomes is it is 6, and total number of outcomes except 1 and 2, all the numbers are there till 50. So there are total 48 numbers. Okay, so total outcome is 48. So now probability of getting a perfect square is number of favorable outcomes upon total number of outcomes, that is 1 upon 8. This is your answer. Okay, now the second question is, a card is drawn at random from a well shuffled pack of 52 playing cards. Okay, we have to find the probability of getting neither a red card nor a queen. First of all, how many red cards are there in a deck of 52 playing cards? There are 26 red cards. We know that there are 26 red cards and 26 black. So red cards are 26. And how many queens are there? There are 4 queens, 1 in each suit. Now in these 26, 2 queens are included of heart and diamond. Other 2 queens of spade and club are to be included in our event because we want neither a red card nor a queen. Okay, so 26 red cards plus 2 queens from black cards. Okay, so our favorable outcomes are 26 plus 2, that is 28, and total outcomes it is 52. Okay, so probability of getting neither red card nor queen is 28 upon 52, that is 7 upon 13. This is your answer. Now the third question is, there are 20 tickets which are numbered 1 to 20 and they are mixed thoroughly. We are picking up one ticket at a random and we have to find the probability that the number on the ticket is a multiple of 3 or 7. Now whenever or is written, it means we have to include both the cases. Okay, so first of all write down the multiples of 3 means favorable. We will write down the favorable cases. Favorable cases are that the number on the card is multiple of 3 or 7. First of all, write the multiples of 3 between 1 to 20. It is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Okay, and write down the multiples of 7 between 1 to 20. It is 7, 14, just 7 and 14. Okay, so we will consider both the multiples of 3 and the multiple of 7 as favorable cases. Whenever or is written, we add up the cases. Okay, so the total number of favorable cases is 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and total number of outcomes, it is 20 because 20 numbers are there. Okay, so the probability of getting the number which is let this be the event E. So the probability of the event of getting a multiple of 3 or 7 means we have to consider both the cases, we have to add both the cases. Okay, so it is 8 upon 20, that is 2 upon 5. This is your answer. Okay, now let's do the fourth question. In fourth question, it is given that a pair of dice is thrown. We have to find the probability of getting a prime number on each dice, getting a total of 9 or 11, and getting a number greater than 3 on each dice. Now, first of all, we have to know that how many cases are possible when we roll a pair of die. Now, this is not a single die, it is a pair of dice. So, we are throwing 2 dice together. So the total cases would be 6 to the power 2 is equal to 36. I told you earlier also that how we find out the total cases. A dice is having 6 faces, so we will make 6 as the base, and we are rolling the dice 2 times, or we are rolling 2 dice simultaneously, therefore our power will be 2. So total number of cases would be 36. Now, how to write down the cases? We know that there are 36 cases, so we have to know how to write them. So first of all, consider that we are getting 1 on the first dice and write the other numbers on the second, means getting 1 on the first dice and 1 on the second. 1 on first, 2 on second, 1 on first, 3 on second, 1 on first, 4 on second. Similarly, consider that we fix one number, 2, we are getting 2 on the first, and continue the numbers from 1 to 6 on second. Like this, we will make our table, and these are the 36 outcomes of rolling 2 dice simultaneously. So now, whenever a question related to dice is given, then we have to write the outcomes in a table. It would be easy to solve the questions. So now let's start. They are asking in first part the probability of getting a prime number on each dice. Now first of all, we will find out how many cases are favorable cases are there. Prime number on each. So this is not having a prime number. Now here 2 is prime number but 1 is not, and our condition is prime number on both the dice. So this is not, so this here 2 and 2 both are prime, means on both dice we are having prime numbers. This is also because 2 and 3 both are prime. Here 2 and 5 both are prime. This. So select the conditions. This both are prime, only these much cases where we are having prime on both the dice. So count the favorable cases: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so number of favorable outcomes is 9 and the total outcomes is 36. Okay, so the probability of getting prime number on each dice is favorable outcomes upon total outcomes, that is 9 upon 36, that is 1 upon 4. So this is our answer. Now see the second part, getting a total of 9 or 11. I told you that or means we are adding up both the cases. So first of all, see in which outcomes we are getting a total of 9. Okay, so 9 is in this we are getting a total of 9. Okay, and in this and in this and this. Okay, see only in 4 cases we are getting a total of 9. Now see in how many cases we are getting the total of 11. 11 is in 5 6 and 6 5 only. So we will add up both the cases because or is written. Means कि total 9 होना चाहिए या 11 होना चाहिए, तो हम दोनों केसेस को ऐड करेंगे. ओके, सो देयर आर इन टोटल 6 favorable cases. So in second part, number of favorable cases is 6 and total outcomes are 36. So probability of getting sum of 9 or 11, it is favorable cases upon total cases, that is 1 upon 6. Okay, see the third part. We are given that we have to find the probability of a number greater than 3 on each dice. Okay, so now consider greater than 3 on each. So these two rows will not be there here. Greater than 3, so this will also not be included because it is not equal to 3, it is greater than 3. So this and this. So there are total 9 cases in which we are having a number greater than 3 on both the dice. So probability of getting number greater than 3 on both the dice is 9 upon 36, which is 1 upon 4. Okay, so remember that whenever you are given the question of probability related to dice, then you have to write all the outcomes together and then it would be very easy for you to solve the questions. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, from a pack of 52 playing cards, jacks, queens and kings of red color are removed. Okay, so from a deck of 52 playing cards, jack, queen and king of red color are removed. It means there are 26 cards of red color, and in each suit, means in heart and diamond, there are one group of J, Q and K. Okay, so in total it means 6 cards are removed from the 52 playing cards. J, Q and K from the hearts, J, Q and K from the diamond. Okay, so now a card is drawn from the remaining at random. So now our total outcomes would not be 52 because 52 cards are not there. 6 cards are removed from them. So total outcomes would be 52 minus 6, that is 46. Okay, so this is also an important type in which some cards are removed, and then you have to remember that the total outcomes would change. Okay, so now you have to find the probability that the card drawn from the remaining cards is a black king. Okay, so first part we have to find, our event is getting a black king. Okay, so how many black kings are there? There are 2 black kings, one of spade and one of club. Okay, so we know that black king is not removed, so it is still there in the remaining cards. So our favorable number of favorable outcomes how many favorable outcomes are there? 2 favorable outcomes because 2 black kings are there, one of club and one of spade, and total outcome is now 46. So the probability of our event is 2 upon 46, that is 1 upon 23. Okay, in second part they are asking what is the probability that the card drawn is a red card. Now total outcomes we know this 46. Okay, and our event is getting a red card. Now what are the favorable outcomes? So we know 6 red cards are already removed, and we know that in total of 52 cards there are 26 red cards. So out of 26, 6 cards are already removed, so the red cards remaining in the pack is 20. Okay, so our favorable outcomes will be 20, not 26. Now the probability of getting a red card will be 20 upon 46, that is 10 upon 23. Okay, and in third part they are asking what is the probability of getting a black card. So there are 26 black cards, favorable outcome is 26, total outcome is 46. So the probability of getting a black card is 26 upon 46, that is 13 upon 23. Now in next question there are 100 cards which are numbered 1 to 100, and we have to find the probability that a card drawn at random would contain a number that is first divisible by 9 and is a perfect square. Now and is written. जब and होता है तो हमें दोनों cases simultaneously consider करने होते हैं. Let's see how. So this is the first part. First of all, write how many numbers divisible by 9 lie between 1 to. Okay, first of all, write how many perfect squares are there between 1 to 100. So the perfect squares are 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64, 81. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there are 8 perfect squares between 1 to 100. So now 1 is also a perfect square actually. So now from these perfect square, how many of them are divisible by 9? So 9 is divisible by 9, 36 is divisible by 9, and 81 is divisible by 9. So there are 3. Our favorable cases will be 3. because we have to as and is written, so we have to consider both the cases simultaneously. मतलब ऐसा नंबर जो 9 से भी डिविजिबल हो और परफेक्ट स्क्वायर भी हो, ठीक है. So the favorable outcomes are 3 and the total outcomes are 100 because there are 100 cards. So the probability of our event of getting a number divisible by 9 and a perfect square is 3 upon 100. So you have to remember the difference between and or. Whenever and is written, you have to consider both the cases, means you have to consider them simultaneously. It should satisfy both the conditions. And when or is written, you add up the favorable cases of both the conditions. Okay. Now in second part, they are asking the probability of getting a prime number greater than 80. So write down the favorable cases. How many prime numbers are there greater than 80? So it is 83, 89 and 97. Okay, so there are 3 prime numbers that are greater than 80, okay, and less than 100. So the favorable outcomes are 3, total outcomes are 100. So the probability of getting a prime number greater than 80 is 3 upon 100. Now the next question, a letter of English alphabet is chosen at random. Determine the probability that it is a consonant. So we know that there are 26 alphabets, okay, and out of them 5 are vowels. So the remaining are consonants. So favorable outcome is 26 minus 5, that is 21, and total number of alphabets is 26. So our probability of the event of getting a consonant is 21 upon 26. This is your answer. Okay, now see the next question. It is important and it is of a different type. So what is this? It says that a bag contains 18 balls, out of which X are red in color. Now in first part they are asking that if one ball is drawn at random, what is the probability that it is not red? Okay, so first of all we will find out how many balls are there which are not red in color. Number of balls that are not red, total balls are 18 and out of them X are red. So the number of balls that are not red is 18 minus X, and total outcomes, how many total outcomes are there? It is 18. So our probability of getting a ball that is not red is favorable outcomes, that is 18 minus X, upon total outcomes, that is 18. This is the answer. Now in the second part they are asking that if 2 more red balls are added in the bag, then the probability of drawing a red ball becomes 9 by 8 times the probability of drawing a red ball in first case. We have to find the value of X. So first of all, number of red balls will become, initially they were X, now they will become X plus 2, and total number of balls will become 20. Okay, so the probability of drawing a red ball when 2 balls are added will be getting red ball when 2 are added, means in this case we will have, so X plus 2 red balls we will have and 20 total. So this is the probability of getting a red ball when 2 balls are added, and the probability of getting the red ball when the two balls were not added. It is when the two balls were not added, then the probability would be x upon 18. Okay, because x red balls were there and total balls were 18. So now our statement is that the probability of drawing a red ball becomes 9/8 times the probability of drawing a red ball in first case. Means this probability, x plus 2 upon 20, becomes 9/8 times of this, x upon 18. So this is an equation. From this equation you will find out the value of x. We'll cancel this. We will get x plus 2 upon 20 is equal to x upon 16. You will cross multiply and you will get the value of x as 8. Okay, this would be your answer of the second part. Now this is a similar question, just for practice we are doing it. It is of the same time we did the earlier question. So now let's do it. Bag contains 12 balls, so the total outcomes is, in first part, total outcomes is 12. X are white. So we are asked, if one ball is drawn at random, find the probability that it is white. So our favorable outcome is getting a white, favorable case is getting a white ball, and how many white balls are there? X. So favorable outcome is x. So the probability of getting white ball is x upon 12. Okay, in second part they are asking that if 6 more white balls are put in the bag, so the white balls will become, number of white balls will be x plus 6, and we have to find the probability. We have to find x, and it is given that the probability of drawing a white ball is double than that in the first case. Now first of all, in this case, total balls in the bag will become 12 plus 6, that is 18. So the probability of getting a white ball in this case is x plus 6 upon 18, and our given condition is that this probability, x plus 6 upon 18, when 6 balls are added, is double the probability that of getting a white ball when the 6 balls were not added. So it is double of x by 12. So this is our equation, and from this equation we can find the value of x very easily. Cancel it out. It will become 6x plus 36 is equal to 18x. It is 18x minus 6x is equal to 36. That is 12x is equal to 36. X is equal to 3. This is your answer. Okay. Now there are two more type of questions that are asked in the board examinations. This first question is, find the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a leap year. Now instead of Sunday they can ask any day, about any day, but the method is the same. So first of all, we know that in a leap year there are 366 days. Okay, now to find the number of weeks, we will divide 366 by 7. So 7 5s are 35, 1 6, 2s are 14, 2. So it means in a leap year there are 52 weeks plus our remainder is 2. It means there are 2 extra days in the leap year. So 52 weeks plus 2 days. Now we have to, 52 weeks means 52 Sundays will come in these 52 weeks, and there are 2 more extra days. Now these 2 extra days could be Sunday Monday, Monday Tuesday, Tuesday Wednesday, Wednesday Thursday, Thursday Friday, Friday Saturday, and Saturday Sunday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cases are possible that these 2 days could be these out of these 7. And out of these 7, how many cases we are getting Sunday, Sunday Monday, and Saturday Sunday? So out of these 7 possible cases of these 2 days, in 2 cases Sunday is coming, and we are asked what is the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a leap year. So the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a leap year is 2 upon 7, because our favorable cases is 2 and the total cases is 7. Okay, similarly there is another type. Find the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a non-leap year. Now in a non-leap year, number of days in a non-leap year is 365, and to find the number of weeks we divide it by 7. So we are getting 52 weeks plus 1 extra day. Now this 1 day could be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. Out of these 7 days, it could be any one day. This day could be any one. Now we have to find the probability of getting 53 Sundays, means we have to, out of this, the probability of getting a Sunday would be 1 by 7, because total are 7 and 1 Sunday is there. So the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a non-leap year is 1 by 7. And getting 53 Sundays or any other day in a leap year, it is 2 by 7. So you have to remember this. This is the reason for having this probability. It could be asked in 1-mark questions as well. So with this, we have covered all the types of questions that are asked in the board examinations. So practice them well, and we are finishing the chapter of probability here.